What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of 31 Views. And I'm here to review Don't Sleep. Came out in September 29th of this year, 2017. And it's a horror movie that was, I guess it was direct to DVD. I got to see it on the web. And it's such a horrible movie. I do not recommend this at all. Now, like, here's the thing, okay? The movie wasn't like, I feel like the movie had a budget of maybe a few $1,000s. And usually, when there's a movie that's like that, rather than it being completely serious, what they do is they try to hide their weaknesses as much as they can, and accentuate the positives, and that is okay. Let's look at it in a different way, kind of like with Sam Raimi and Evil Dead. Like, let's make it, make light of the fact that we don't have the greatest budget in the world. Let's make it a little bit comedic, and let's make it a little bit self-aware and just embrace what's going on. But no, this movie tried to be totally serious, and it just didn't work. Now, this movie has Carrie Elwes, and I was like, oh, cool. This guy was in a few great movies that I enjoyed. The Princess Bride, Saw, Robin Hood Men in Tights, which is a hilarious fucking movie. He was in Liar Liar. This guy is a talented actor. He has such range, and I thought this was going to be about him, but no. He was in a more glorified cameo, even though that his character was an important part of the story, but he wasn't used to to the movie's strengths. Like, they kept him. You have the best actor in your movie, and you're using him as a side character. It was so stupid. There were so many dumb moments. Like somebody gets injured or something like that. Nobody even thinks about calling the cops, or an ambulance, or anything like that. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to dial 911 for an old guy getting beaten up, and it's like, oh yeah, he was just traumatized. Let's just leave him be. What the fuck? What in the fuck? It's so stupid. And the direction is just horrible, and the dialogue sounds just so cringeworthy. It's like, they're talking a little bit, and then they're laughing a little bit, and then out of nowhere there are lines that it's like, where the fuck did that come from? It just turns into such a morbid moment. And not just that, but the special effects. The special effects, at some points, that it is okay, at best, but there was an abundance of CGI, and them trying to make it a little bit a little bit more like a Hollywood movie, but they can't do that. So instead of just going with that, just embrace what's going on in your story. Let us have good characters, and let us be connected to them, rather than being so focused on such a abysmal story, and horrible special effects. And the characters themselves, like the actors, were like they weren't likable. And just you couldn't believe everything that was coming out of their mouth. There's nothing that you believed that they were saying, and you didn't feel like the chemistry, like everything in that was just completely forced. There was a moment where the father kills himself, and then out of nowhere, a friend of the two main characters shows up and is like, hey, he was old, like he killed himself, and just like he's making jokes about it, and it was so stupid. The way that he was making jokes, it's just like, Yeah, you're trying to create a douchebag character that's like a comedy relief, but it's not working. You know, there are some guys that can get away with that, but this guy just came off as being like a completely transparent douchebag. Like it wasn't even like, you know, in a lovable way or you know, anything like that, because I can tell that's what they were trying to go for, but it's just it wasn't working at all. So this movie gets the lowest rating that I can possible. I would watch The Lure on loop for a day rather than this. The Don't Sleep. While I was watching this, I really wanted to sleep because I was dozing off like multiple times, and then I would pause it. And I was like, get a glass of water, and then I would continue the movie. I'm like, okay, let's continue this, and it's just so fucking boring. So a half a star. That's my lowest rating. I can't go lower than that. There are some moments where I thought, okay, this has potential, and it fucks up. Okay, ooh, this moment looks, oh, shit. You know, they just, even like the cheesy factor, like they could have brought in a lot of cheese to it and made it into like a cheesy movie. You know, to the point where, you know, you could have went through the cliches and stuff like that, but even there they couldn't even do it. They couldn't even make a movie that's so bad it's good. It's not so bad that it's good. It's not even a good movie. So it's like in that mediocre type of, you know, part of the scale. So like I said, half a star. Wouldn't check it out. Nobody see it. I hope, you know, the director or, you know, director and producer finds something else, because he actually did a few things that I enjoyed. He did a movie like in '91 called Stone Cold, aka One Tough Bastard, which is one of the best titles I've ever heard in my life, and Made in America. I think that's what it was called. Made in America. Hold on. Yes, Made in America. It's got Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg. Check it out. Double Impact as well. You know, Van Damme movie. Really enjoyable. So check those out rather than this, because this is, you can tell like he has no idea how to direct horror. Like he should be fucking you know, directing something else. Actually, he was producer. Hold on. He was the writer as well. Writer, director, and producer. Yeah, fucking sucked. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So, rate, comment, favorite, please subscribe, share with your friends, share with everybody, and check out my next video. I'll be talking about something else.